Out of this timeout, well, the officials let the Warriors inbound the ball under their own hoop, and it's an uncontested bucket. Mavs, they're at the other end of the court. The Warriors go on to win this game by only 2 points. So that 2 points, that uncontested bucket proved pretty pivotal. Mavs owner Mark Cuban tweeted after the game, it was, quote, worst officiating non-call mistake possibly in the history of the NBA. Cuban says he's going to file a formal protest to the league. Shannon, all drama aside, does Mark Cuban have a point here?
No, I don't think it was the worst officiating job. But my guy, Sean Wright, who I know very well, the official, he missed a call on Looney.
How do you know Sean Wright?
We used to work out together.
Oh, good.
He's from Atlanta.
I got it.
He missed a call that Looney snatched Luka down from the back.
Okay.
That should have been a foul. It should have been the ball going that way.
Okay.
But they said, if you look at the official said, Warriors ball, timeout Dallas.
Okay, but Dallas say they interpreted that as Dallas's ball.
Ain't nobody want you to interpret. I'm just telling you what the official did.
I got it.
Okay, let's just say for the sake of argument, Skip, he said it was your ball. Why the hell you don't get to advance the ball when the ball goes out of bounds, the length of the court? You only get to advance the ball, you take a timeout. So let me get this right. You took a timeout, you go down, you don't advance the ball. So why aren't your guys standing down there like Golden State? Because Golden State, like, oh, y'all not gonna go down there, we'll go down there and get the ball. Seems like every Warrior understood. They said it was our ball. Every Maverick didn't know that.
Did not
Skip,
know.
if the ball is out of bounds, why wasn't there somebody from Dallas to take the ball? If it's your ball, don't somebody have to be down there at that end of the court to take the ball out of bounds? Everybody ran down the court. They just, Skip, it's embarrassing because everybody forgot what end of the basket was theirs.
Okay.
That's the Skip. It's kind of like Jim Marshall. Skip, you know what he did, Skip?
The wrong way.
He ran the wrong way for us, and he threw the ball up like, yeah, I did it. No, you just gave them 2 points because that's a safety. So in other words, it's embarrassing that an NBA team with NBA players forgot which end. It's kind of like shooting the ball in your own basket, Skip. Mm-hmm. They forgot the end of the basket in which they were on, and they allowed a team to get a cheap two. That's not the worst officiating job ever. Maybe Hugh Hollins when he called that. Well, that's not here.
That will live in infamy in Chicago.
But no, Skip, what are you protesting? You should protest that your guys didn't know that it was the Warriors' ball. It's at their end of the court, and you need to defend that basket, not run your butt down the court. It was like they thought they were going to be able to advance the ball, Skip.
Yep.
On a out of bounds? Is that a new rule? Maybe I missed something, Skip. Maybe they changed the rule or something that you can advance the ball on an out of bounds because that's what it was. The official said, Warriors ball, timeout Dallas.
Okay. I hear everything you just said. I'm not a Mark Cuban fan. But in this case, I think he has some point, just some point, and here's why. Cuban's conclusion in his social media post was all they had to do was tell us, and they didn't. Okay, I don't know Sean Wright like you do. I don't know him at all.
Right.
This is just me. That situation called for the crew chief to rise above the moment and just say, hold it just a second. Just hold on.
Right.
Just wave to the Mavericks, get down here. That's what I would have done if I'm running the show as the head referee, because clearly they didn't get the message. Now, if you're going by the letter of the law, it's time to inbounds the ball. You have no choice. You got to hand them the ball.
Yes.
Okay, but Jason Kidd had a great point. One referee named Michael Smith, I don't know Michael either, he went with the Mavericks to the other end. Well, is that because that's his assignment?
Yes.
Like he's got to cover the backside
Yes.
of whatever's happening. So if the Mavericks all go to the other end, he says, I got to go down here?
Skip, normally there's an official that hands the guy the ball, and there's one that's already down, and then there's one at midcourt.
Okay. Jason is contending, or was contending after the game, that Michael Smith, the other referee, not the crew chief, actually got it wrong too, and that he was setting up down there to officiate a play that was going to be a Mavericks inbounds pass, that it was going to be their ball.
But the ball never can't skip the ball, never advance past half court.
Okay, I got that. All right, so Jason Kidd concludes there were quite a few people out of position and it was correctable. But first you have to admit that there was a mistake made. Well, for whatever reason, the Mavericks didn't get the message that it was going to be Golden State's ball. And clearly, their huddle assumed to a man, to a coach, to whoever was in the huddle, nobody said, hey, wait a second. Are you sure it's not Golden State's ball?
Right. Yes.
And Golden State completely assumed it was their ball because they are calling an out-of-bounds play.
Exactly.
On their end of the floor.
Skip, you remember in the bubble, there was, I forget, maybe it was the Rockets, and the official tried to give the ball to the Rockets.
Yeah.
And LeBron said, wait a minute. That's our ball.
Yeah.
No, it's our ball. It's our ball. It's our ball.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Okay.
That's what somebody from the Mavericks got to say. Hold on, we got to get down there. Skip.
Nobody got it. Not nobody. Unless one of the assistants was trying to tell them and they weren't listening.
Skip, as an official, I can't give you any information. I can't. Hey, now you know you ain't got no timeouts, right?
Yep.
So don't call no timeout.
Right.
Or no. Hey, Skip. You give you the ball. Okay, you can move. On the side, you can't move. Skip,
Yep.
I can't tell you that. You got to know that.
Okay. What slays me about Mark Cuban is I look up. I'm watching the game on obviously ESPN,
right.
and I look up. And Mark Cuban's at the scorer's table, right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
His head's right in the middle of it at score. What owner ever does that? It's the equivalent of the owner across town.
It's something in Dallas. It's something in the water.
Dallas. It's something in the water, okay? Would Jerry have his beak right in the middle of it? He probably would.
It'd take him too long to get down this.
No. But he does go down at the end of games.
Yes.
If something had happened at the end of a game, he would be in the middle
absolutely.
of it. Okay, so Mark Cuban says he's going to file a protest. It's going to cost him $10,000, which is like 3 cents to you and me, right? Okay, maybe not even that. Maybe a penny.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, big picture. Does he have a case in the grand scope of the game? He's looking at it like, well, it was a 2-point game. It really wasn't a 2-point game.
Right.
Because I got to tell you, your man, Baby Bird, he
missed some easy ones.
He was baby sparrow last night.
Yeah.
And by the way, for the game, he complains to the officials just like every play.
Yeah.
And last night, he should have looked in the mirror and complained at himself because he went 11 of 27. He went 2 of 10 from 3. He had 17 assists, but he missed 4 free throws, 6 of 10. He's notoriously bad from the free throw line, and he did have 5 turnovers. But we're still, if we could see the conclusion of this game, this is why Mark Cuban's going to have no case in the court of the NBA, because here's what happened down the stretch. Okay, this starts with 54.7 seconds left. Luka's got the ball, and watch what happens in this possession. At this point, you are down 1 point. You're down one. You got the ball. You got a shot. You got one. Luka, what are you going to do? Luka, what are you going to do? The clock's ticking. Tick, tick, tick. Luka, you got. Then it's Christian Wood, and he says, "Well, I don't have a shot." Luka, you got to take a shot. And Luka says, "I don't have a shot." And he goes up and under, desperation, and clang. And so they blow that possession.
Yes.
Then watch what happens down at the other end of the court. Watch what Steph gets to do. You want to talk about a layup line? Watch this play.
Yeah, they don't play
this is
no defense.
8.5 seconds left. 8.5 seconds left.
Draymond pins Bullock.
Yeah. Guess who? He gets to shoot a right-handed layup off the glass. Well, okay, I got no sympathy, man. I got no sympathy. You're going to let him do that? That puts them up 3. Then, okay, so now Luka or somebody's going to have to make a 3 to force overtime.
Right.
So obviously the Warriors overguard where they're actually guarding away from the basket. They are setting up outside. This is the same play. Remember the play at Dallas?
Yes.
With LeBron, and it was the Danny Green shot. Okay, it's the same idea. And LeBron says, well, I'll just go to the basket. If you're going to guard me behind me for the 3, I'll just go to the basket. Except LeBron, high IQ, is like, I can't shoot this because if I shoot it, the game's over. And he kicks it to the corner to Danny Green. Okay, in this case, Luka breaks for the basket, if we could roll it, and he fumbles the pass a little bit and doesn't come up clean with it. And he just says, well, I'm going to shoot it. Well, it's no good. And then he misses what was Draymond was right in his face, but he misses the little bunny shot.
That might have been a foul, though.
Yeah, it might have been, but it didn't matter because they're down 3.
But here's the thing, Skip. That's an and 1, though.
Okay.
Well, he missed the shot, but that should have been a foul.
Okay, all right.
Did you stop the clock? Yeah.
All right, okay.
But Draymond fouled him, Skip.
Okay, well, you could make a case, but the ball did not go in, so it was not going to matter at that point.
Right.
And then if we could see what Bullock does, so they go to the other end, and Kevon Looney, swish, swish. So now it's a 5-point game. Well, it's over. And Bullock, with 0.3 seconds left.
Hits a 3.
Here it goes. 0.3. This is 0.3 to Bullock. And he says, I got this. That's a heck of a shot. And guess what? It cut it to 2, but it didn't matter.
And it made the cover.
But all of a sudden, it made Cuban say, I got you. It was a 2-point game, and you screwed us out of 2 points.
Yeah, but they weren't going to give you that shot in the 2-point game.
Well, they weren't. Okay. So all you need to do to unmake Cuban's case is just watch what I just showed, and which is what the NBA is going to say. Mark, you're asking us to replay the final 2 minutes of the third quarter and all of the fourth quarter. That's how you would have to do it. If they win the protest. But seriously, that's how you would have to do it. No. Because the play didn't happen with 5 seconds left in question. Mm-hmm. It happened with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. And you can make a case, let's say he's right. And maybe the NBA will say, Mark, you have a point. But it didn't determine the outcome of the game because you had your chances, right? Right. And so we can't. We're down to, what, 9 games left? We can't figure out a way to play a quarter plus 2 more minutes because wouldn't you have to replay the whole thing? Basically. Yeah.
And I think the thing is, the last time a protest has been won or upheld is that, 2008, 2009? Yeah. So the likelihood of it happening.
No. But Cuban's a grandstander, and he's going to get a lot of attention from this and a lot of publicity, and 10 grand is no grand, right?
I mean, Skip, I just need, I need Mark to understand. Help me understand, on a ball out of bounds, what made your team think it was going to be advanced? So let's just say it is your ball.
It was the motion of the referee pointing, but he was pointing timeout Dallas.
Because if you look at him, he says, Warriors ball.
Yeah, he did. First,
timeout Dallas.
I think they thought he reversed it or something.
No.
I don't know.
You see, they grasped that straw, Skip, because it's embarrassing.
Okay.
Skip, an NBA team did that.
And remember, it was a mandatory timeout that was due the Mavericks.
Yes.
Okay, so he's just saying it's timeout Dallas.
Right. And he points to the bench. Skip, he doesn't point like this. He points to their bench.
All right. So you can argue they all screwed up, but it was a big...
Skip, if you watch Looney's like, what? No, it's our ball. Yeah, he's like, no, it's a timeout then. Yeah. Watch it. No, watch it. Watch Looney.
Yeah.
What? No.
Yeah.
You see what he's saying?
Then the ref is saying, no, it's just timeout Dallas.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, the Mavericks didn't get the memo. Not one of them.
No, he explained, no, it's a timeout. It's your ball.
Okay. All right.
Skip, it's just embarrassing. It's an NBA team, NBA players, if you shoot the ball, Skip, you've seen the high school little league, somebody shoots the ball in the wrong basket. And you're like, oh, okay. But this is a professional this is the NBA, Skip. These are professionals.
Okay.
And they all go to the other end, and they let another team get a cheap layup.
Okay. This is not what we saw was it Saturday night at Boston. This has nothing to do with LeBron driving and Jason Tatum saying, I have no choice. I got to foul him.
Right.
I don't just foul him. I'm going to hack him. I'm just going to hammer him across the forearm. It's going to be a blatant take. It's like a take foul.
Right.
I am intentionally fouling him, right?
Yes.
Well, and you don't call that?
You believe that.
I wanted to see LeBron go make one free. He had to make 1 out of 2 free throws. I wanted to see it happen, and it didn't happen.
Right.
And LeBron lost his mind.
Yes.
Okay. But that's the kind of thing where if you take that as a protest to the league, well, the league is going to say, you got me, right?
Yes. Okay. And they did skip the official association.
They did.
So, yeah, we missed it. We're human. We missed this one.
Okay, but that's blatant where you and I both say,
you missed it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, this is in some weird gray area. Okay.
No, Dallas, you missed it. You missed the memo.
Okay. Whew.
It'll be fun to watch what the league does with Cuban's protest, that's for sure.
The league gonna do
he is never at a lack of drama or headlines, right? Okay, guys, we got the NFL draft coming up, and do y'all think the Panthers just tipped their hand that they're actually going to go C.J. Stroud #1? Let's unpack this one when Undisputed returns.